District heating is a way to warm residential and commercial areas by producing and distributing heat from a centralized location. The heat is often created in a cogeneration plant, which is the use of a power station or heat engine to generate electricity and useful heat at the same time.
A district heating network is a set of facilities with a heat generation unit or a boiler, a network of pre-insulated pipes, and a building that needs to be heated. Thus, the boiler heats water. It is also capable of supplying cold water for air conditioning. This boiler room can be powered by fossil fuels such as gas, oil, or coal. Recuperation fuels produced by incinerating household garbage, for example. Renewable energies such as wood in the case of biomass boilers, or heat from earth in the case of geothermal energy. This water is then channeled by the network of pre-insulated pipes to the various places of consumption, which are industrial, public or private buildings. Substations are equipped with an exchanger. They help transfer heat from this network of pre-insulated pipes to the internal network of the buildings. The exchanger also gives the possibility to adjust the flow and the temperature to users' needs and to account for their heat consumption.
There are many advantages to a district heating system, and some of them are as follows. In the long term, costs would be slowly reduced and CO2 emissions would go down. There is a low environmental impact due to heat recycling and the use of renewable energies like solar and wood. There is also no concern about fuel availability for certain customers because this type of system could run off of renewables. In conclusion, there are very low maintenance costs, it's a very reliable type of heating, and has very low risks.
Its installation and maintenance are made very easy. For example, the network is equipped with a leak detection system that helps to accurately locate potential damages. Losses in energy are very low, less than 1 degree Celsius per kilometer. In addition, the network is specifically adapted for the use of alternative energies, such as those generated from recuperation and renewable energies. Just one boiler replaces several collective or individual boilers. In fact, costs are reduced because the purchase of equipment and of energy is shared, and management of the network is made simple.
Overall, much more efficient way to do things. It's also, if we can use a renewable fuel like wood instead of using fossil fuel like oil, that's a real big plus in my mind as well.
With advantages come disadvantages, which include ownership, cost, time, and availability. With a large-scale operation, it would be hard to determine who was going to own certain parts of the system and maintain them as well. It would cost a lot of money to install a system anywhere. In St. Paul, Minnesota, their system costs $70 to $80 million. It would take a couple of years to build a complete system and would take even longer to see results. District heating would only be available where a network of pipes would be located. Drake Landing Solar Community is the first of its kind in North America. The 52-home neighborhood uses a district heating system designed to store solar energy underground during the summer to fulfill space heating needs in the winter. In addition to solar space heating, 2 panels located on the roof of the home provide 60% of the home's domestic hot water requirements.
More sort of time and detailed work to make happen. Meantime, there are smaller district heating projects. I call them mini district heating projects going on. Jason Cooper, as a private landlord, has made one district heating district for 5 of his buildings, and there are 20 different apartments in those 5 buildings.
Jason's buildings were using about 10,000 gallons of oil per year for a little over 20 units and had about $35 to $40 a year in fuel costs. He did the math and found that a wood pellet heat system would cost much less and decided to switch the oil furnace in his office building to one. He then decided to connect 4 more buildings to the pellet burner over the next few years. He told me that he substantially reduced his heating costs for those 5 buildings. In 2009, Montpelier had a feasibility study on whether a district heating system could work in the city. In January of 2010, the town was awarded a grant of $8 million to build a district energy plant that would create heat and power to make the community more efficient and more dependent on renewables over fossil fuels. The town spent an estimated $25 million on their system for the downtown buildings, which include the Capitol building, and had little left to be done in October of 2013. Brattleboro Union High School is an Energy Star school that uses a form of biomass district heating. The system involves burning wood chips to get the heat for the high school, middle school, and career center buildings. I sat down with Robert Clark, who is the coordinator of heat in our school.
Brattleboro Union High School District Number 6 are all heated from a central heating facility, and we are a biomass school, which means we burn wood chips, and the piping is all underground, and that feeds the separate buildings, and that water transfers into baseboard radiation, goes around the perimeter of the building.
As far as where Brattleboro might be heading with district energy and district heating, it depends a lot on the price of heating oil. A lot of people feel like the price of heating oil is going to go up and stay up, and there's a lot of evidence for that. So when that happens, we have a lot of information to take the next steps. By Morris Pierce, the person who came to town from upstate New York, and so he was looking at a facility called the Brattleboro Kiln Dry down on Front Street, and whether that could tie into the hospital. So he was sort of proposing that as a phase one, and in that tie-in, you have other users sort of on that route that might also, be able to tie in. From there, he proposed to spread it to a lot more of the sort of south side of Brattleboro, where the high school is located, but also a number of other buildings, and some of the industrial buildings are located, and they could tap in as well. So I think that was his phase two. A lot of his phase three had to do with downtown Main Street, which includes some of the town-owned buildings as well as a state-owned building or two, and the retreat facility as well.
Small district heating projects can be found all over Brattleboro, and I hope to see a town-wide system in the future. Thank you for watching.